Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode today. I hope you all are having a wonderful weekend, a safe leprechaun day with St. Patrick's. You adorned your green, I hope. I of course did. I'm not going to put it back on. That was then, this is now. So, of course, this is Sunday, so we are heading off with another episode of Vacuum Exposition. Today we are going to finally be getting to a video I have been wanting to make for weeks, just waiting for the parts to arrive. Of course, the mail does take its sweet time, so unfortunately this video has had to at the same time. So we will get onto that in a bit. Just kind of some housekeeping and some updates. I have been compiling everything for that really long video. The video clips are still coming in. So we are getting that all edited and finished up for you guys. I'm really hoping to get it done by the end of the week. But with my busy schedule, I have been slammed with everything else. So I apologize for the wait. Now, in addition to that, this coming weekend, we are going on a field trip. We are heading down to Eugene. I've been talking about this on the channel for a little bit, but we will be going down to see my good friend Jared to go play with some vacuums and take a tour of his collection, his array of garbage trucks and assorted things. Myself and my good friend Jake, who also is a collector of different things, vacuums included. So we will be doing that this coming weekend. So Sunday is going to be a fantastic video. I'm going to do everything I can to get some of that video up. It's going to be a late night getting home on Saturday, but with everything filmed, hopefully I'll be able to just get it right through and we'll have a cool video. So without further ado, we are going to travel back in time and look at an awesome vacuum cleaner from 1978. Okay, so what we are looking at today is this fantastic little fall-colored Hoover Junior. Junior, JR, whichever you prefer. Now, the Junior was a more prevalent vacuum cleaner that we would see in the UK, and that's for good reason. Now, let's go back to the 60 series of Hoover vacuum cleaners. That's going to be kind of that late 40s, early 50s time frame. Now, there is an ad, and I will show it right here, that features the very first Hoover Junior or Hoover Lightweight Upright. That, of course, was the Model 115. We saw it very prevalent here in the United States. I have a couple of them myself. But that was pretty much the extent of the Junior that we saw here in the UK. A little bit longer time went in between than the later models that we would have seen in the UK. But we came to machines like this one in its development over time. Now, 1978, when this was made, we had a lot of things going on in the world. Some significant things that we were seeing was we were having more import vehicles being brought over from Japan and other areas. We had things like one of the greatest Pontiac Trans Ams come out and hit the silver screen with Smokey and the Bandit. And then we had things like vacuum cleaners, which were finding new designs and new patterns to put on bags and hoods and everything, like this little flannel bag that's on this one. Styles were certainly at their peak at that time. Everyone was going with different floral patterns and swirls and checkerboards and houndstooths and flannels and you name it. We were creating some kind of design on a vacuum, on a couch, on drapes and carpets, everything. Everything had some kind of a style on it, as much of you may know. But This little machine is no different, coming with a kind of an orangey, butterscotchy, brown, white cream, flannel. It's everything from that era. What we are looking at is a 1978 Hoover model U1025 Junior, aka lightweight upright here in the United States. You would have seen these primarily in apartments, small places of living, one-bedroom household maybe, or maybe just the broom closet vacuum for light spills. Now, in the United Kingdom, we saw these a lot more with different powered motors. These would have been the 220 variant. Well, we had a 120 variant, which is what this is. Now, this little model, it was known as the last of the juniors that we got here in the United States. This, of course, came in a orange and brown, cream, kind of fall colors motif. But they're very hard to find nowadays. A lot of these didn't survive nearly as well as the more popular convertible. So this particular model came to me from my friend Jared, who we're going to see next week. It was, unfortunately, it ended up getting some weather damage after sitting outside. The motor had gotten frozen up, and Jared said that I could have it. Now, it didn't look like this when I got it. Unfortunately, it was missing this front piece as well as the handle had gone missing at some point. So basically, it was a body in a bag. Not a body in a bag, a body and a bag. We are not committing a crime here. Well, so I had done up kind of a preliminary restoration in hopes of finding those parts, but unfortunately we were able to find a handle. Jared was able to find a handle, but the front piece unfortunately had gone missing. So this, along with another machine from the UK, were given to me by Jared the last time I saw him, which would have been back in November. So I went on another group that I am a part of on Facebook and asked, is there anybody out there that might have the parts that I am looking for this awesome little machine? Showed them a picture of the body and the bag kind of mocked up to look like they were just missing the necessary parts. Thankfully, my now good friend Terry Marsden had some spare parts machines that he had kind of found over time, and he had parts that I needed. Now, at the time, he had sent me a picture of a front piece, much like this, as well as this handle grip, and that was pretty much the biggest parts that I needed for this. Well, I wasn't sure, and I didn't know at the time that we were going to find the handle for it, so I said, hey, listen, do you have another handle? And he said, yes. What else do you need? I said, it's missing a brush roll and, a couple little things here and there. So he packaged up the front piece, the handle grip, a whole other handle he had, some hardware, another brush roll, and got it all packaged up and sent to me. Now I was wondering, how much do you want for this? Because parts aren't always easy to find for us here in the United States, and he sent them as a gift. So to you, Terry, thank you so much. I do appreciate it, and this is definitely something I really wanted to get back together, so I am ever so grateful. But we get back to the vacuum itself. Now, this little 1978 Junior, like I said, it was the last that we had here in the United States. So we don't see very many of these nowadays. This featured a plaid bag, which when it came to these little juniors here in the United States, they usually, when you came to this style, they usually had, there was a green one we've seen that had an all green bag. There was another one very similar to this one in a kind of an orange color with an all orange bag. There was a kind of a tan brown colored one that I've seen. Again, tan brown colored bag. Now, there have been a few that had kind of a green and yellow plaid bag. My friend Jared actually has one of these, which is really cool, but it's still the green with the cream, but with that yellow and green plaid bag. Not sure on the model on that one, but that was the only other one that I knew of that was different in that way. So to find one of these little guys with its little bag topper, very interesting, very hard to find, very rare. Now, when it came to this particular machine, there were a couple things that were different on it, I found, after looking at some pictures of it previous to the parts going missing, unfortunately. One, it wouldn't have had a handle grip, I found out. Now, I didn't know that at the time. However, most of the machines in the UK would have had a handle grip. So when this came and arrived, I looked at it, I looked at the parts, I looked at the coloring. It works perfectly. I love it. You know, it may be a little bit lighter than the other oranges, but I think it looks awesome. As well as the British Juniors were actually interesting that they had a feature that we also had on the Hoover convertible, which was this little arm right here. You can see there's this little arm that holds the bag up with a little hook. Now, that little arm, of course, like I said, holds the bag up. Now, in the United States, for the machines that we got something a little bit different. We got a handle with basically a hook or a screw right here. And what that would do is you would attach the spring to this bag and then attach that spring to a hook. And that's how they would hold up the bag. Now, our Hoover convertibles, the models like the 1070, the 1076, they also had that little arm on the back of the handle instead, not the side, to hold up the bag. But we didn't see it very much after that. So that's just a cool little factor. You know, there are differences that this has to a regular 1025, but honestly, I love the way that this has come out. I love that the front panel actually was the perfect color match to the bag, as well as very, very close to this handle grip. I love that we have this kind of fall motif definitely going on display during the Halloween season. I do also appreciate getting a brush roll for this, because unfortunately this one was toast after it had gotten rusted all the way. So having one that works again and spins and everything, awesome. Absolutely love it. This, I was able to thankfully get the motor turning again and running, which is why we will be doing a little run demo today on it, or with it, I should say. But otherwise, we have ourselves a really fun little machine here. So let's get on to the run demo. Okay, so here is the little 1978 Hoover Junior, or lightweight upright, model U1025. And there we have it. All right, everyone, I hope you enjoyed that short little run demo with the Junior, as well as our little history lesson on this model right here. I do hope that you all have a lovely week. I certainly will be doing my hardest to get that very long video I mentioned earlier out, so stay tuned for that. Hoping to get that before the weekend, but it's a lot of work. Hours and hours of editing and development is going into that video, so really hope you guys like it when it comes out. On top of that, like I said, we will be going to see Jared this weekend, So stay tuned for that video coming up Sunday, like always. It will be different than our regular vacuum exposition, but don't worry, we will be seeing a lot of awesome machines in his collection, as well as just taking a tour of his other fantastic machines that he has. So stay tuned for the future machines. Appreciate you guys watching very, very much, and we will see you soon.